Hello guys, Ashok here. So it's been a while since I uploaded a video in 2019, and in this year I'm planning to upload lots of videos regarding web development and website designing. So I'm going to cover Flexbox series for the next few parts. Let's say 3 or 4 parts. This series will be, but in this part you will learn Flexbox container, right? So what is Flexbox container and how we can use in your website and how we can make it more beautiful layout within just 10 minutes, right? So let's go dive into the video.
Hi, welcome back, guys. So as you can see, we are going to learn Flexbox. If you are a beginner or an advanced web designer, then I think you must learn Flexbox, and you will know how you can make layouts that really change the way you use Bootstrap and Foundation or Materialize CSS, those frameworks. Uh, I'm sure after learning this series, the Flexbox series, you'll be able to create a layout something like, let me open this Airbnb's website. So can you see these layouts here? You'll be able to create something uh, like this. The name, the country name, on the other side, and the ratings on the other side, right? In the same line you can create using Flexbox, and we can also create navigations and Flexbox responsive menus, right? So in this video I will cover the container, Flexbox container. So Flexbox has two ways to create layouts. One is Flexbox container and other is Flexbox items. So in this video, I will simply work on this Flexbox container, where I will teach you how we can create a layout that looks like this, right? In a column way, right? So here I have already created some CSS and the divisions, right? To create the simple layout, which where I have not used a Flexbox, but I have given a class here called container to this div. The first is the parent div, and its items has no class at all. So Flexbox is applies on the parent item. Let's say, let me make this parent item container display. If you remember, before Flexbox we were using display block, inline and all, but to make a Flexbox you have to use display flex, and you'll see the result it shows, right? So it has changed the layout what it was earlier. Let me remove it and see the difference. See, by default Flexbox sets its property, direction property, to row. Here are some lists that I have created that we will learn in this class, right, in this tutorial. So let's start with flex direction. What is flex direction? So at the moment it is uh, aligned as a row. It is set to the row by default. Flex direction, flex direction, or you can just control and space, it will automatically complete the sentence or the property. Now automatically or by default it is row, right? So row means it is a stack in a row way, but now I want them in column. So I'll write column C. It is now, it was earlier, right? Cool. So now the row and the columns has done. Now row reverse. So what is row reverse? So let's say if the property here is row, right, and row reverse. Did you change there? Did you see the output here? It completely changed. But why it changed from here to here? We don't want that, right? Yeah. So for that, we will use justify content, right? So we will use the content. How you want to justify the content inside the flex container. So let's use justify content flex start. It will be here. Okay, wait, let me remove this. It is flex start, right? So it starts from here. So I have already given some paddings and margins to these boxes. That's why it's aligned equally here. So it's flex start content. So I want all the content, like the three of them, to space out equally. So I want the number 2 div to be in the center. So what I will do, I will just space between. See it for the first and the last item in the flex items, the container that inherits. It will set first and the last item extreme to the left and the right. That's why it's a one is here, third is there, and the fourth second is in the center. But now there is another property that is called space around. So now what it does is equally space out the layout, right? The space around it equally space out the layouts, and the last property is flex center. Now let me go and do that. Flex center. Everything will be in the center. All the items that are under the flex container will be in the center. So in the justify container you can do that, right? In the align items, it is also it works similar to justify content, right? And let me take this flex wrap. What is that? So let's use, let's remove, let's give it a flex start, right? And add divs here. Oh, so I have added multiple divs there, right? See, can you see that? It's overflowing there. But to prevent that, what we will do, we will use flex wrap. So how we can do that? By default, it is no wrap. That's why it's overflowing. That's why it's overflowing here. Flex wrap. By default, it is this. That's why it's doing nothing. No wrap. But now, as soon as I remove this, see the layout. It has changed, right? So whatever the overflowing items, it will just stack on the new line, on the next line. So that's how you can use wrap in your content. Let's say if you are building uh, a blog section and you want to use only 3 items, only 3 per row, then you can use flex wrap. Then the next thing is flex flow. What is flex flow? Flex flow is just a combination of flex wrap and row or column. What do you want to use? It is just a combination of that. Flex flow, wrap, and column. See. So this is how it would look, right? So you are giving the direction. Remember we have used earlier flex direction. Let's say here it is row, but now it's overriding here. We have written column, so these property won't affect anymore to these flex items because we are overriding it here. So so as you can see, we have covered flex directions, flex wrap, flex flow, justify contents, and align items. Right? So let me give you a very cool example of align items where we can create, let's say, so you might have seen many header sections of websites where they have content in the center. So what we will do, we will put let's say h1 Flexbox 101 h1 heading 1, right? So now let's remove all of this from here. Now let's make this container height to 400 pixels. Cool. Now what you want to do? I want this flex 101 to be here in the center. Whatever the height and width of my container, right? This flex container, it should be this Flexbox 101 tag should be in the center. So what I will do? So here I'm using these align items, right? So I'm giving you the example of align items. So I will make the container firstly flex. So now it's flex, right? So you can see nothing here, right? Because it's just converted the container into the flex. And now I want to justify, I want content to be in the center. So if as soon as I write center here, it will change its position to here, center, right? Center. See, okay, it's in the center. Now I want the align. I want to align the item. Whatever the items are in the flex container, I want to align them in the center. See there. You see that? It is in the center. Whatever my width or the height is, it is in the center. Let's make it 200. It stays in the center because we have given these properties to this flex container. Whatever the items are there, it will be in the center. So as you can see, now you're probably aware with the tutorial and the properties that we can use here. So can anyone guess what we can use here to make a layout like this? Like this, right? So let's make something a layout like this, right? Also, let me create. Okay. Let it be in the center. The class A, B, and B. Now I want this. I want the image here, right? Then I want what things are there. This image. So copy link, not copy link address. Okay, I can't take the image. Then go pixels. This is my favorite sites where I get all my stock images. So it's Christmas time. So let's use Christmas image here. Class ABN image, right? So whatever the ABN image is, I want its background, and the URL must be this, right? Height to be 300 pixels, width to be 200 pixels, right? Background size, let's find background size, cover, background, position, center, background, repeat, right? So I don't want image to be no repeat, right? This the it should work. Okay, for some reason it's not showing the image here. ABN image, I think. Let's remove the height of this, so probably we can see that. Let's drag it up for 2 times, right? And strange why it's not. It is ABN image. Height is there, width is there. Let's change this and give it here. Okay, it is there. It is there, right? So let's change 6. I want that to be white. I want width to be 300 so that it looks good. Now what we need this Bali and the ratings. So how we can do that? So in this structure, come here, div, div. What was it? Let's use it. Bali, span, what was it? 4.6. So I'm not going to style, but I'm going to show you how you can use Flexbox to make something like this Bali and these ratings, how they are structured in using Flexbox. We can do that. So give it a class flex me, right? It sounds cool. Flex me. Let's make it display flex. It is flex. Did you see that? The effect. Now I will use a property called justify content. I want to give space between them, so it will make something like that. Did you see that? Let me remove this. Might be a distraction. Right. Let me save it. So this is how it works. See, my friend. It took us no time to make a layout like this. No time. Right. So in the next video, I will show you how we can use the flex items and its properties, what are their properties are, and after that video, so it's a 3-part series or maybe the 4-part series, but in the next after learning the items part of the flex items, then I will show you how to create a navigation, how to create a website layout, and how to create a responsive website layouts so that you don't need to use Bootstrap, Sub Foundation, or Materialize CSS for your upcoming projects, for your upcoming clients' projects, right? So see you in the next class. And I will also share this link in the description so you can also look at it and you can also play with it, right? If you want to play with the layout, how it is structured and all. Uh, so see you in the next class, my friend.
I hope you guys will like the video. In the next video, I'm going to cover Flexbox items, right? So it will be on the item that we have covered, that we have seen, that flex items in the video, in this video. In the next video, I'll cover that. So see you then.